What I found about Cavett is that the special quality he possessed was he had the ability to appreciate people and things more than most people I've known. He would go, this was the 1970s when I met him at a seminar in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He would go to the meeting room early and make sure everything was right. And then he'd open the door and he'd greet everybody as they came in and he'd shake their hands. And always add, cheerfulness to the meeting. And after the meeting, same thing. And if you were the speaker and he knew you, he would sit in the front row and he'd take notes on your talk and he'd give you feedback. He'd be the first to applaud. He'd be the most interested face in the audience. So if you needed some reassurance, you could certainly look to him. In his later years, when he was in his 80s, he was still doing that, but occasionally he'd drift off and take a little nap in the middle of a presentation, but he was there. Cavett was willing in his 70s and 80s to get up in front of our group of Speakers Roundtable Mastermind and give a presentation and have us critique him. And then he'd do the same for us. Wow. Eager to learn, greatly appreciative and grateful for everything that he had, and just a delightful soul, someone great to be around.
Hi, my name is Ed Scannell from Tempe, Arizona. Having lived in the Valley for quite some time, and having had a chance to know and to work with Cavett over the years, it was a true case of first love. Cavett was a true and a real Southern gentleman. He was always the first to give a compliment, and always at our meetings, always in the very first row. I remember when I first met Cavett. It was some time ago. I was teaching at Arizona State University in the College of Business. I was asked to give a program for the local chapter of the sales and marketing executives. I had not met Cavett before, but of course heard of his reputation. I got to the meeting and did the program. After the talk, Cavett came rushing up to the stage and said, "Son," that was a long time ago, he said, "Son, that was the best talk I ever heard." Well, for a young college professor, that was music to my ears. But that was so much what Cavett was all about. Always first to give a compliment, always in the very front row. Let me now fast forward from the first time I met him until the very last time I saw him. Cavett had been in ill health for quite some time. And he was in the hospital. We all knew his days were numbered. And Cavett looked around the room, gave us a warm smile, and he said, "Take care of my club." Cavett always called NSA his club. Cavett, we promise you, we are taking good care of your club. Thank you.
What I take with me from Cavett, Robert, was his enthusiasm for speaking. He came to the stage every time that I saw him with a high level of energy. He knew who his audience was. He was organized very well, and he did an absolutely great job of starting. So I think we have to remember that we have a purpose of energizing ourselves first before we energize the audience. So Cavett also made it look easy, and I think that's what our audiences want too. So I thank Cavett for helping us achieve all of those things.